Okay, well, I think it's about that time. First and foremost, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Literacy Through Poetry, and this is our second session. So this is, in fact, an opportunity for you guys to get in on the ground floor because the series will continue throughout the end of the year. So Literacy Through Poetry is both a combination workshop and a poetry open mic. And today, as you see, we have an international group, and we have a couple of poets laureate, and we have an incredible visual artist, and I'm speaking of Keiona Clark. She's got some art behind her, you can see, but she's going to tell us a little bit more when she's going to do her presentation. But let's definitely get underway. Thank you so much. Early guest, if you have not signed in, give me your email address so that I can stay in touch. And I'd like to give a shout out to the, as I mentioned earlier, the IT tech guru. I'm speaking of Joshua Reynolds. Joshua, let us see who you are. And please greet our guest.
Greetings, everyone. How's everyone doing?
So we'll just call you Batman today. Thank you, Joshua. And Joshua was with us for our kickoff last month, and very capably and ably will continue to do that throughout this series. We hope it will continue to be Joshua because he's great fun to work with. Now, certainly if there are any special guests, any elected officials that come in, please, Joshua, just give me a heads up in the chat and I'll make a point to pause to introduce them and acknowledge them. But we want to make sure that everyone is signed in so we can stay in touch. Our first part, poetry writing workshop. There are a couple of handouts. Did some of you see the handouts that were posted on Facebook? Show of hands. I had tried to post those items for advanced prep, but it's absolutely not required because Joshua certainly will make them available on screen even now. And I'm going to go back to, I'm going to go back to that other screen so I can see what's being posted. We're going to start with the power of words as our first workshop activity. And actually, let me, I wanted to make sure that we said a few words, if I could, about our special guest. Yeah, I'm speaking of KaNikki Jakarta, which I printed out her email, her bio, and of course now I do not see it, but I know enough about her that I can do it without the notes. So, KaNikki, longtime friend. I went to her wedding. I mean, longtime good friend. Wonderful poet who is now the Alexandria, Virginia Poet Laureate. She is the first African-American woman poet laureate of Alexandria, Virginia. So she is a trailblazer. She is in the history books and she's doing great things. If you have not yet seen any of the write-ups on her because they have heralded her as the new poet laureate, we want to make sure that you get a little bit of flavor about this wonderful poet, this young woman who is doing great things in the literary circles of Alexandria, Virginia, and beyond, because as you see, she's right here with this international audience. So people far and wide are learning about KaNikki Jakarta, and it is my privilege to be the one to facilitate that. KaNikki has 5 books, I believe now. Is it 5 books?
Let me see. I have...
It might be more. She's both a novel. 7. Oh my gosh, pardon me. Oh, okay, 7. She is both a novelist and a poet. She is, for those in the DMV, Greater Metropolitan Area, she is one of the hosts at the very famous Busboys and Poets in Shirlington, Virginia. And she is, I'm sure, going to let us know how you can stay connected with her as she makes her presentations throughout the first half of today's workshop. I would like to ask if you would please, Joshua, present the first handout, which is words, the power of words, the power of words. Joshua, could you project that onto our screen for us? And if any of you already have this handout from my post on Facebook and future reference, please do note that I'm always going to try to post on Facebook some of the items that we'll be using in the workshop so that you can become a little bit familiar with what it is we're going to be doing. So, Joshua, do you have that handout ready? Okay. The power of words is comprised of two lists. I'd like for you to take a look at each list and then select one of those two lists and craft a short poem, like 3 to 5 line poem from whichever of the two lists that inspires you to write. This is not to say that you have to use all of the words in the list. Frankly, you don't have to use any of the words in the list, but I'm asking you to be inspired to craft a short poem by one of these two lists. And we're going to take about 5 to 6 minutes to give you time to create something on the spot from whichever of the two lists you are inspired to write from. So I'm going to set my timer. And for those that want to put things in the chat box, now's a good time for that as well. But we want to start from words, the power of words, inspiring you to write. 5 more minutes.
Hello, Joy. Joy. No. Joy, would it be okay if I just read mine out, because I'm not too, I don't have the, I'm not too up to speed here with the typing. Might cut myself out.
So we're going to hear Tony Trainer from Ireland present first, since he's requested it. But other than that, we will not be able to hear all 20 of us today, but we definitely will be having an opportunity to share. And you can certainly post, since these are short poems, you can post them in the chat room as well. Okay, Tony, let's hear what you have.
Well, thank you for that, Joy, and everybody else's indulgence. It's just that I'm not too au fait with the typing here, and I might end up cutting myself off. But so I'll just read it out to you. Heal and empower. The energy grows full. The worth is to trust.
Say that one more time.
Heal and empower. The energy grows to full. The worth is to trust.
Okay, and which list were you? Which
that was the first list. I took it from the first list. The first list, Joy. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay. So let's see. Let's get a couple more before we move on. Who else wants to just let me go back to the grid? Okay, I see Lynn and Jay. A hand for Lynn. Lynn, we'll hear you now. Unmute. Okay.
Okay, here I go. Sorry, it took me a minute. Okay, I chose list number 1 as well. And my poem says, love is the strongest gift of all. Faith will never let you fall. Trust is how we overcome. With honor, we will never succumb. To hate or hurt in this challenging land, we should always seek to understand. Compassion brings energy, tenderness, and hope. This empowers humans to cope. So always listen and seek to understand. These actions sustain your inner man.
Okay, we have a writer in our midst. Wonderful, Lynn. Thank you so much. Okay, did Jay write anything while he was waiting?
No, he contributed to mine somewhat.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Okay, and let's see, let's go back to screen. Another show of hands for who would like to share. How about Michael Sindler? Michael Sindler? Am I saying your name right?
Yeah, considering this is for John Lewis, a man of peace whom we could trust, his compassion and empathy, a beacon of justice, one who understood the worth, the intrinsic value of all. Honor his memory by using your talent and energy to empower the equality of every human.
Thank you so much, Michael. And let's see. Very good, timely tribute to one of our great fallen heroes. Thank you so much. And how about one more? One more. Lady Di?
Thank you so much. Inspired and empowered by faith and love, compassion within our hearts, within my soul builds my self-esteem, honor and trust deeply in the Lord, give all seen and unforeseen to him.
Okay, and that was clearly list number 1.
List number 1.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have folks gravitating toward the positive. That's always a good thing. Thank you so much. Okay, so now this is a simply a quick exercise. This was a quick exercise to really encourage you to be free with your writing, to not get bogged down with, oh, what am I going to write? I don't know what or how, or is it enough? Or poetry can take on a life of its own if you simply free yourself to let your emotions come to the surface. Poetry is supposed to convey your feelings as well as the issues at hand. And certainly, I think as Michael's writing conveyed, the issue of Congressman John Lewis passing just last night was something that is foremost, I'm sure, in all of our hearts and minds at this time. So we want to address those issues through poetry, because poetry tells our story. Poetry documents society at large, as well as tells the individual, very personal story. So I'm going to ask if KaNikki Jakarta, KaNikki, our co-host and co-workshop facilitator, would you care to speak on any of the poems that you just heard, or perhaps even share what you wrote?
I would like to say that I was reading, whose poem was this? I can't tell, whoever posted it in, it's like initials, the poem that was posted in the group. I love the breathe, breathe, and release tomorrow at the end. I can't tell who the name.
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
That was me.
Oh,
That was mine.
yeah.
Poet.
I was reading it over here, and I thought that was great. And I think we definitely all need to breathe, like the breathe, breathe, breathe. We need that. Yes. And just not the breathing, but definitely the release part.
Okay, for sure. Yeah. Well, actually, KaNikki, can we hear what you might have written during that time?
Sure. I was still writing a little bit.
And which
I chose the first list. Obviously, everybody's on the first list. Have faith that you can empower and create a great life for yourself. You do not need anyone else to build your self-esteem. You are a king or a queen of your destiny. Trust and release your inner peace, and you will forever be happy.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. So let's see. We have another handout that I'm going to ask if it can be posted. And this is where I'm from. Now, this is a little bit more detailed. The instructions, some of you may be familiar with. Some people call it where I'm from. Some people call it I am from. But Joshua, can we get the where I'm from, not the completed one, the template? Yeah. So this is basically creating a biographical poem, a bio poem as it were. Yes. And it gives you prompts as to what type of information is being requested. So we're going to do one more impromptu writing assignment. And again, for those who can, please do either put in the chat what you did for the first writing assignment, or email me. And I'm going to put my email address in here right now, Sistah Joy @pgahc.org. That's my official Poet Laureate email address. So please let me see what you're creating, and also let me know what you're thinking about our experience today. But this I am from poem template is one that is used in a lot of writing workshops and actually classroom settings. And it's one that I love to see when it's done freely. And the thing of it is, this is a template that can be done again and again and again by the same poet and create something totally different. And that's one of the things I really love about it. Let's switch for a moment. Now that you see the concept of I am from, and then the types of items that are listed on there, but we're gonna view one, and I'll read it aloud that is completed. And this is I am from, that was completed by George, excuse me. Joshua, can you post it for me, please? Yeah, where I'm from, and this is by George Ella Lyons. I am from clothespins, from Clorox and carbon tetrachloride. I'm from dirt under the black porch. Black. Can we get some focus here? I can't read that. Let me find my copy. Okay, there it is. Black, glistening it tastes like beets. I am from the forsythia bush, the Dutch elm whose long gone limbs I remember as if they were my own. I am from fudge and eyeglasses, from Imogene and Alifair. I am from the know-it-alls and the pass-it-ons, from perk up and pipe down. I'm from he restoreth my soul with a cotton ball lamb, and 10 verses I can say myself. I am from Aritmus and Billy's branch, fried corn and strong coffee, from the finger my grandfather lost to the auger, to the eye my father shut to keep his sight. Under my bed was a dress box spilling old pictures, a sift of lost faces to drift beneath my dreams. I am from those moments, snapped before I budded, leaf fall from the family tree. And I just really love this poem and the way that it just literally blossomed for me. So we can now go back to the template and see what it is that blossoms in your I Am From poem. And if there's anyone who has completed one from the handouts that I had posted on Facebook, please put a note in the chat box so I'll know that there's at least one that's already completed. No, we don't want the I Am poem, we want the I'm From poem. Yeah, the where I'm from, it should say where I'm from. The first one you put up before. There it is. Okay, I hope everybody can read this. Indicate in the chat box if anybody has difficulty reading it. Okay, Tiara has done a bio poem, but it's a different template. Okay, well, maybe we'll have a chance to hear Tiara. I'll put a star beside your name and see how that comes together. Okay, so we're gonna take, this one's a little bit more complex. So how about we take 7 minutes for this? Somebody doesn't see the template at all. Try to link. It should be on your screen. got a few more seconds, but pretty much that was a full 7 minutes. And so we're going to see what was created during that time. Now, for those, of course, we won't be able to hear everybody during this part of the workshop, but keep in mind, you will be able to share your creations during the open mic. So even if you don't get to read it during this segment of the event, please do hold on to it and we'll hear you during the open mic. And for some of you that may want to share your poems with me, I've posted my email address in the chat box a couple of times. Please give me your email address, send me your creations. I'd love to see what you were inspired to craft during our event today. Okay, so let's see, we have a couple of folks that I wanted to hear from. How about, let's start with Tiara Graves. Tiara, would you share with us what you crafted during that segment? Unmic, unmute.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so mine's is a little bit different. I have a, not that I don't use templates, but it's similar to your template that you had that I have in my book. So the poem is called I Am. I am because my ancestors were hope for tomorrow, even when every day they awake, they felt sorrow, praying for a better day, the kind of love that will make you stay down on your knees. Lord, help me, please. Kind of love that never gives up, fight for the right to become anything you dream to be, walk daily desiring to achieve a better life someday. I am because my ancestors were cooking all day and night to make sure the family was taken care of, no rest in sight. Lord, give me strength as I thank the man above. Cornfields, tobacco fields, and cotton fields. Jesus, take the wheel as we work sun up to sundown, carrying water back home from the well. Southern fried chicken you only had on Sunday. It was a legacy after working hard Monday through Friday. I am because my ancestors were uneducated high school dropouts because the whites wanted them to stay without, keep you in bondage so you won't grow. College wasn't even a thought. Education you will never know. Drugs, pregnancy, alcoholism, and gunshots, but holy matrimony, your union still stands. You taught us how to love our man. At the tender age of 16, you tied the knot. Together you both worked until you rot. I am because my ancestors were on their deathbeds with dreams still in their heads, those silk scarves, curly afros, and locks with beads, as you lay and pray while the sun beams and destroys your skin, that my children won't grow up the same way. Jazz and gospel music, the music that carried us through. On those rough days, we look gray and blue. We just want our sons and daughters to live out their dreams, fighters to the very end. Because of them, I win. I am because my ancestors were.
Ooh, wonderful, powerful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Okay, and again, that was, let's see, that was Tiara Graves. Okay, we're gonna hear from one more poet during this time, Rita Smith. And Rita, can we hear yours? And I think yours from the template that we offered, or is this something else that you had already written?
Yes, mine was from the template. It's actually not even complete.
And that's fine, that's fine. We just want to see where it guided you.
Okay. I
Mrs.
just
Rita?
wrote down the words. Can you put the actual template back up so I can fill in the blanks?
Oh, okay. Joshua, can you restore the template for her so that she can use that as a guide while she's presenting?
Okay, great. I am from soap, hand sanitizer, and Clorox wipes. I am from, where am I? Oh, I am from symmetry. I am from vanilla. I am from the magnolia flower, the magnolia tree, whose long gone limbs I remember as if they were my own. I am from Christmas and wide foreheads. and white foreheads from Ella and George. I'm from drinking, laughing, and spending. And I am from strong and educated. That's where I stop.
Okay, okay. Well, this template is available on Facebook. If you've not already printed it out, feel free to do so and have some fun with it. Of course, we're going to be back next month, and this is something that I hope will have a following, and not just new people every month, but we want to see what you do when you have some prompts to guide you. And it can be fun, it can be enlightening. Sometimes we discover things about ourselves that we hadn't really focused on before. So those were two that we had in our midst created on the spot. So thank you, ladies, for that. I'm going to ask my co-facilitator, KaNikki, would you care to offer a micro workshop of your own? And we're going to hear more of those poems, of course, during the open mic. But what would you care to offer for our workshop participants today?
Okay. What am I offering for you guys? I'm offering a little bit of writing inspiration, but I would like to start with a little bit of an icebreaker, a quick icebreaker here. It works best if you're on the gallery view so you can see everybody. So we're gonna play a little icebreaker called Would You Rather? So we're gonna say one thing, and if you would like to do the first thing, you hold up one. If you like to do the second thing, me too. So if you rather the first, hold up the number one. If you rather the second, hold up the number two. It works well if you can see who's all on the screen and who's agreeing with you and what you have in common with, or you can type one or two in the chat box if that works better for you. Okay, here we go. Ready? This, if you cross your fingers like this and you do this, this is a ready in sign language. Never say I didn't teach you anything. Okay, ready? Okay, would you rather, one, go into the past and meet your ancestors, or two, go into the future and meet your great-great-grandchildren?
Oh my gosh.
Got a couple of ones and twos here. Got a couple. Okay. Would you rather, one, have more time, or two, have more money? If people say money and time, a lot of people say one. Maybe you can, if you had time, you can make more money. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button in your life? One, a rewind button, or two, a pause button. Okay. All right. Would you rather be a little late or a little early?
Oh, I'd rather be a little bit early.
Okay. Would you rather make a phone call or send a text?
Oh.
I gotta look at this one. Usually the younger people will say, I'll just send a text. But me, sometimes I get confused in text. Like, you know, everybody's not writers. I don't know what they be talking about in text. Okay.
True.
All right, last one. For your birthday, would you rather receive cash or would you rather receive gifts? Cool. Some people said something. Most people said they kind of said gifts a little bit. I think I'd rather receive cash as a gift. That makes sense. Yeah, if you know me, then I say buy me a gift. If you don't, then I'll take the money. So I can make sure that the gifts, because I want to make sure that, you know, what I give you, you don't have to re-gift and give somebody else. Anybody else re-gifts other than me? I'll re-gift it, but I'll tell people, this is a re-gift. Somebody gave me this. I'm never going to use it. They spent their money. I'm trying to make sure that their money is spent well. So I will re-gift people. Okay, so here's my little writing prompt. I guess, Joshua, can you put up I think Joshua has my handout. Not that you need it, because I'm going to read it. So we're going to focus today on an old 2 poem, O-D-E. I know I'm country, so sometimes you don't get to understand me with my accent. This is an old 2 poem. So an ode to poem is a type of lyrical stanza praising or glorifying an event or individual, describing nature intellectually as well as emotionally. So I gave you a little example here. An ode to poem to winter. Crispy, crispy nights, soft, soft ice flakes, stream, cold stream, chimneys breathing, rising with the sigh, winter, cold winter. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna write our ode to poem, but this is what we're gonna do. So this is our tips. We're gonna, yes, be emotional with this poem. If you feel something, say something. If it doesn't rhyme, it's fine, although that sentence did rhyme. So then we're gonna share and share alike. But this is what our ode to poem is gonna be about. So if you're older, I want you to think about when you were younger, right? Think about something that you were teased about. If you're younger, and maybe you were fortunate enough and you weren't teased at all, right? But we all have something that we wish was better about our appearance, about ourselves, right? So we're gonna dig deep for this. So think about something that you did not necessarily like about yourself, or somebody teased you about yourself. Think about that. And we're gonna write a happy, encouraging ode to poem to that, right? So for example, I'm short. People tease me about being short, but I would say, I may be short, but good things come in small packages, right? Or I might be short, but the air is better down here because all y'all breathing up here, right? I had a less chance of catching COVID down here in my breathing air situation, right? So you think of something that you were teased about, something that made you sad, but you're gonna write an ode to that, a happy ode to it. You're gonna pay homage to it. An ode to my long legs, an ode to my short legs, an ode to my dark skin, an ode to my light skin. Think about that. And let's see, I guess we'll take about 5 minutes and do that. Okay, and go. I don't know what we're listening to. I need to know. I think Joshua was playing it here. So Joshua, please post that so I can know what I was listening to. This was good, good writing music. So what do we come up with? Who wants to read? Who wants to read something? Sister Joy, she wants to read.
I'll read. I'm over here laughing at myself. I wrote Ode to Skinny Girls. I was definitely the butt of many jokes as a kid. So many jokes. Jotex, skinny legs and all. That was me. Never wanting to wear shorts. Last to wear a bra. But modeled after high school, me and my, by then, not so skinny legs.
Wow, we all know about that. My friend said when we were younger, she was like, you can't be too fat. You can't be if you're too fat, you're overweight. If you're too skinny, then you're sick. You just can't win.
Can't win.
No, you can't win. Okay, let's see. Who wants to read? Who wants to read? I see Catrice and Naya. Catrice first and then Naya.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. I was the know-it-all in class, and that wasn't always well received. So I wrote a poem about that. She knows the answers, fast as she can remember. Quick, electric, raised hands, pleases teachers. A happy, shy, polite girl, soft voice. To be better, no more, helps with homework, bulletin boards, writes all the words, helps when other students are stuck, a mascot of stories, a girl of potential when she grows up, esteemed she is, refined, a woman of letters.
I love a woman of letters, right? I love that. I love that part. But yeah, it's funny when, we're younger, like as girls, we like the bad boys, but then we become women, we like the smart men. Isn't that crazy?
Sorta.
And you want the one who knows all the answers. I said, I would not marry a man that was not smarter than me because I need you to teach me some things. So
very true, very true.
That's been my thing. But yeah, you gotta know the answer. You don't know it all, just got all the questions.
It might be hard to find one smarter than you.
Smarter than me? Believe me, my husband is smarter than me a lot of the time. He is. That's why we've been together, married for 12 years, together 18. So give it up. Black love matters. Yay. Okay, Naya, we got Naya.
Awesome, thank you. So this is called An Ode to My Fat Rolls. Soft and plush, round and robust, my fat rolls are the true A1 day ones, spilling out of skirts and popping uniform buttons alike. I used to be afraid to love them because that make them real. But today I'm grateful because there's so much more of me to love. So much more that I can trap within me. And even when this life feels too cold and too unforgiving, these fat rolls keep my heart open, pumping, warm, oozing in the hope and promise of goodness and tenacity.
Ashe. Okay, fat rolls, that's what I'm talking about. That's awesome. My brother always said he don't like the little girls where he hugged them and he can touch his hands on the other side. He's like, no, I need something to hold on to. Okay, let me see. It's 2:00, so I'm gonna refer back to Sister Joy and see if we have time for another read, or do we? I can't hear you. You're still muted.
Okay, now. Okay, so actually what we're gonna do is to switch to our visual artist. We have Keiona Clark, who is with us today, and she has some incredible art that she is going to let us know a little bit about. And while we won't be able to share the poems that we write, the short poems that we write that will be inspired by her art, perhaps we can hear them during the open mic. So, Keiona Clark, can you, at this point, share about yourself and your art? Keiona is the, let's see, she is the curator of DMV Artists League. Well, you say it right, I'm killing it.
So I am the founder of the DMV League of Artists. I'm a curator for Gateway CDC, and I'm actually an artist myself. So sometimes when I do these sessions with Sistah Joy, I'll bring other people's art, but today I have my art. Yes. So this is I call this the Kitty Collection. So as you can see, this one here is called Cotton Candy. And the reason why I call this one Cotton Candy, you probably can't see it, but Josh actually has stills of it. But there's some pink in the background because I just imagine a child at the park, like on their way to get cotton candy. Like they're not thinking about anything else. This whole collection is inspired by the innocence of children, and even what we're going through COVID. They have no idea what's going on. They just know that mommy told them to put on a mask and we're going to the store. So this whole collection kind of reflects that. The second one is the one that's behind me, and that one's called Love Knows No Color. So a lot of my work, my recent work, I should say, is black and white. And the reason why I do that is because even though a lot of times you can tell that they're little Black children or whatever the case is because the hair texture, but you know, there's white kids with curly hair. So it basically shows that there's really no identity. The reason why the gums are pink and the tongue is pink is because all of our mouths, we all have pink tongues, we all have pink gums, but we all are the same in the inside. But people basically judge us by what we look on the outside. So,
and what's that one called?
This one's called Love Knows No Color. And then her shirt says love. You can't see it in the picture there, but it has love at the bottom. The second one is called Wendy. So as you can see, she's holding balloons and the wind is blowing the balloons. But again, that's basically symbolizes the fact that, you know, young people, or I should say children, because teenagers are a little different story, but how they're oblivious to what's going on in the world. And the only thing they can do is be young, have fun, and treat everyone that, you know, the way that they want to be treated, hopefully. So that's what this collection is about. It's supposed to be shown at Children's Hospital in DC. It was supposed to have been on an exhibit in August, but in April, but because of COVID, of course, it got changed. So hopefully they'll put that in August. A little bit more, I guess, really about myself, because I always forget to say this stuff. So I have things like points written down here. So so I'm an artist, of course. During the COVID situation, I've been blessed because I have a lot of murals downtown. I have 10 murals altogether, 7 of them downtown, I think. I have a Toni Morrison mural that is in that's considered Northeast at Benning Road and Minnesota Avenue. I have one I just did in Chinatown for the Black Lives Matter movement. That's right by the Chinatown Metro. It's a little major spot. And I just did one for the Warner Building last week. So I've been busy during COVID. I've been doing a whole lot of murals. I will be doing a mural as well today. I'll be leaving you guys soon. And I'll be going to Southeast. They're doing a Keiona Brown Day to end gun violence. So they want to honor Keiona Brown, Michaela Wilson, who was killed in 2018 through gun violence, and Micaiah Wilson, and Davon McNeil, which is the young man that was just killed, I think 2 weeks ago. So we're doing murals for them through the DMV League of Artists. So the DMV League of Artists is an art collective, which I'm the founder of and also the curator for. And we provide opportunities for artists. This is an opportunity too. So we have myself, I'll be painting a mural of Keiona Brown. We have Luther Wright, who'll be painting a mural of Devon McNeil, who was killed in 2019. And then we have CJ, the artist, who will be painting a mural of Micaiah, who was killed in 2018. So I think that's it. Did I cover everything? Black Lives Matter. Oh, my murals that are downtown for the Black Lives Matter movement may be in the Smithsonian, so cross your fingers for me. They're currently going through like a kind of a bidding war over whose ownership of it. Of course, as an artist, I own the copyright to the image, but as far as the physical structure, because it is on structures on wood panels, that belongs to the company that hired me to do the work. So they're kind of going through who owns what, so that way the Smithsonian is going to purchase those to stamp a time in history, because all of those things are going to be in history books. I was interviewed by Channel 7 News, so you can look that up. They talked about it on the news, and mine may be making, because I have mine's Black Lives Matter theme, and plus mine have mask on, which actually stamps the Black Lives Matter movement as well as COVID-19. Yeah. So one more thing and I'm gone. I also have t-shirts now. So here's my t-shirt. This one says say her name. It's a little girl with an afro puff here. Say her name on the side. You can go to my website, KeionaClarkArt.com, www.KeionaClarkArt.com, Keiona Clark Art on Facebook, Keiona Clark Art on Instagram, DMV League of Artists on Facebook, DMV League of Artists, DMV Art League, Instagram, DMV League of Artists, Facebook, www.dmvleagueofartists.com, Gateway CDC, Media Arts Lab as well, 39th Street Gallery. We're all on the internet. We're all on social media. Thank you.
Thank you, Keiona. Wow, jam-packed.
Yes.
Well, wonderful. Congratulations on all the murals. Very, very happy to know that the art community is represented so well. Keiona Clark, K-E-I-O-N-A, Clark with a C. Please stay in touch with her. Look her up. Tell folks about her. But Keiona, thank you for your pieces of art that you shared with us today. Hopefully we'll hear some poems inspired by your child-centered art that you presented. And certainly we appreciate what you're doing for our community during this time of difficulty, this time of trauma, this time of tragedy. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And this is recorded so I can go back and listen if someone does write a poem.
That is absolutely true. The entire program will be recorded. So let's see this. Does anybody have something that they've started even just now? Because I know Keiona has to leave. But if anybody has even a few lines, and if you can just type them in the chat, I can read them rather than transitioning back and forth. Does anybody have anything? If not, we can hear them during the open mic part. I personally love the cotton candy one, but I don't know what I'm going to write yet. But that was the one that probably stuck most with me. Okay. Well, as we said, we do have a two-part program today, and our workshop now has concluded. We have definitely appreciated all the presenters. KaNikki, thank you so much for co-facilitating the workshop part. We hope you're going to stay with us for the open mic. Okay, and I understand that Keiona does have to go because she's just in demand. What can we say? That's a good thing. Thank you for making time literally to be with us today. And I hope that our guests will reach out. Please make sure you put just at least one email address in the chat. If you can do that for us so that people can have that ready access to how they can be in touch with you. And clearly, Keiona Clark is one that's already in the history books because she did the fantastic mural on Toni Morrison. So that is in the history books already, but you have a chance to possibly have art by the world-renowned Keiona Clark. So we want to make sure that you have that opportunity and avail yourself to it if at all possible. So we're going to switch hats to the open mic. We're going to switch to the open mic. Now, everybody who's on the call, and I'm going to switch back to my gallery view so that I can see, let's see, yeah, we still have, actually we have more than 20 with us now. So if you have just recently, well, if you were not with us at the very opening of this event, please make sure that you put your name in the chat. Let's see. I don't know that I saw Brenda in that list before. Yeah, Brenda, make sure that we have Brenda, because I want to call on everyone who has a poem to share. And for the open mic, you can share a poem of 2 minutes, or really a minute and a half or less, because we have quite a few people on the call. But please be courteous to allow as many presenters as possible. It can be a poem that you wrote during today's sessions, or it can be a poem that you had previously written. So I'm going to go from the order that I have from the sign up. Leon Ajay Porter. Is Leon ready to present? I don't see Leon. I don't hear Leon. Leon may have had to leave. Going once, Leon. Leon Ajay Porter. Okay, we're going to move on. The second name is LKN, Lakan the Poet. Lakan the Poet. Welcome. Okay, we're going to hear from Lakan from the Philippines. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm from Manila, the Philippines.
Okay.
All right. Good morning, and thank you for this platform. Thank you very much. The title of my poem is An Inkling of an Ink Resting. I have my back rest calmly on the chair, reclined to have a gaze of a clear moonlight, inhaling a welcoming summer breeze as it bequeaths a delightful reprieve from the arresting tumult of being home, where my breaths were apprehended, and the woes of the bleak, swinging feeling of my heart skipping, stopping when reading, the many last exhales in the silence that follows the tucked white linens, while the wailing is gasped to wither in locked toilet doors and dim street corners, when my strong heart would skip a beat, just as numbers fly and letters get buried, when sirens with red blinkers or songs, last wills are first read, as resigned poetry, when goodbyes are scratched paintings, hellos are placed over zoomed blindness, of how we see our sense of humanity in gun clicks of empty shots, shut, locked down in obscure tests to survive from the sense of bureaucracy, that being humane means to shut our doors, opening a cracked window of being no one, would lead me, my shadows, away from the safe warmth of the ebbed glow of the fidgeting yellow bulb. On my seclusion, I find a numb question for a faked redemption that tarries on my head lines of a notification, trying to find a reason while looking afar. Am I still here, alive in a dying sky? Yes. Yes, I am still alive.
Okay. Lakan the Poet. Thank you. Powerful reading. Powerful. Yes, we are survivors. We poets, we are survivors. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay. Whew. Alice Plaster. Is Alice with us still? Let's see. Alice Plaster. I don't see Alice on the screen, so we're going to move on. Oh, there you are.
I've got my audio on here.
Okay, please join us fully. We'd love to see you.
Oh, just a moment. Thank you.
We are requesting the cameras be enabled when you share your poetry, please.
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. Hi, I'm here.
Hi, welcome.
Yes, thank you. Were we talking about the poetry from earlier on?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, that would be good. I just did the one with the 2 lists.
Okay.
I wanted to do compassion for one another, trust your faith, when in pain seemingly hopeless abounds, trust love. It was very short, but I guess simple.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Very touching, very
Thank you.
moving.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Alice
Sure.
Plaster.
Thank you.
And for those that are not familiar, Alice is a wonderful visual artist as well. So we're looking forward to later in the series, we're going to be featuring the visual art of Alice Plaster. So definitely stay tuned.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
It's an honor.
Thank you, Alice.
Mhm.
Let's see, the next name I have is Hiram LaRue. Hiram, welcome.
Thank you, Lady Di.
No, I'm not Lady Di.
I'm sorry, Sister Joy. I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Sister Joy. I'm going to post a call again in the chat room for anyone in the greater Washington, D.C. area who might be interested in entering in the World Food Day poetry competition. So please consider that. This is a poem that I wrote to the second prompt. I love the prompt of where I'm from. I am from whoever gets lost on purpose. From the string that runs from here to back there and up again. From the very idea of all unknowns, questions, and the deeply hallowed. I am part of the swelling that goes down, the throat that soothes, and all urges roamed. From here and then and up again and up ahead to nowhere else. I am from what I hope will be, and then again, that tree. Thanks, Sister Joy.
All right, Hiram, I think that template was made for you. I love it. I love it. Okay. I see the mixes is on there is KaNikki or 13. Is that to say that both of you are with us today?
I thought I changed that name.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oh, I see it is. I see it is. Okay. KaNikki.
KaNikki. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna read a poem from my book on page 57. I memorized the page number. And it's called Walking. And I'm going to invite you guys to another workshop that I am facilitating as well. If you are a writer, if you are looking to publish and you're trying to answer the question, am I ready to publish? Or you're looking for some publishing steps, this workshop is going to be for you. Okay, I'll post it in the chat. This is entitled Walking. When a toddler stands for the first time, an audience assembles, a cheering section emerges. Hope urges a first step. Hands reach towards her in case she needs help. We all know that she can do it. So we wait and we anticipate the steps she'll take, the ones that will give her the cognizance and confidence to walk in her walk. And when she falls, she's met with applause, hands extended, telling her to begin again, encouraging her to begin again, because life is a walk and we're all willing to talk her through it with a little bit of encouragement. But when an adult stands for the first time, an audience of naysayers assembles, awaiting a downfall, an assembly of onlookers, no hands extended, only fingers pointed in the wrong direction, no compassion, no affection, but life is a walk. And some people are afraid to get lost in the steps of the path. See, sometimes we have to make our own paths, nothing leading the way but determination and hope. Walking a tightrope of the unexpected, swallowing rejections like a horse pill, but you can't stand still, not if you want to live, not if you want to make life for a living, not if you're willing to take a chance on yourself. See, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes there'll be no one there to help you but you. Sometimes you have to be your own cheerleader, your own leader, your own boss. Whatever it costs, sometimes you have to go broke to be enriched, to be whole, to mold yourself into yourself. And with God's help, anything, no, everything is possible.
Woo! Yes. And that was KaNikki Jakarta. Alexandria, Virginia, Poet Laureate. Wonderful. Thank you, KaNikki. I love that poem when I read it in the book, and I loved hearing it now.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. Is Jacqueline Pope still with us? Jackie Pope. I know Jacqueline is she's a visual artist, and she might have had to leave before now. So since I don't hear a response, I'll simply acknowledge that she was with us at the beginning, and hopefully we'll have her with us throughout before the series ends this December. How about Tony? Tony, let's see, we heard from Tony. Yeah, we heard from Tony first. Okay, we're going to come back to Tony if we get a second chance to come around. How about Diane Wilburn Parks? Diane Wilburn Parks?
Okay, let's see. You know, I hadn't anticipated reading, but you know I will.
Oh.
You know I will. I started to read from one of the prompts, but let me just go ahead and read this one that's close by. And it's called Fruit Field.
Okay.
I left the beginning in you, a green field that burps a fruit, sprouts with roots of spring, a sun of gold that whispers at night and glows even in these times. I oiled you in a bliss of hush with the white feet of clouds to begin again. I braided an artist in you in a way that hands cannot mold. Your walls are like keyboards. I know why you dance. I see your writings and paintings and offerings that fill so much of the mysteries that were once questions. I've walked inside you so many times as if I were meant to be there. The stairs that were placed along your back takes me beyond your borders and everything that listens for you. I hear a bluebird humming at the back of your throat, unfolding its wing, then leaves abruptly to carry the songs of your fruit. I've read your thoughts and stitched your lessons here, indescribable beauty that lights up curves, bending water into quiet that looks back into the green fields of you. Thank you.
Okay, again, Diane Wilburn Parks, who is the founder of the Right Blend Poetry Ensemble, Writers Ensemble, and based in Bowie, Maryland, and a wonderful poet and wonderful person who is a great cook. I've tasted some of her fare, and great to have you with us, Diane. Thank you so much. I'm going to flip back because even though Tony presented during the workshop, he didn't present during the open mic. And I want to make sure that I don't overlook just because he was one of the first presenters during the workshop part. So Tony, if you have a poem for the, that's not too long, that's for the—
No, I'll give you a short one, definitely.
Oh,
but
okay.
Listen, I've been really enjoying it today. Thank you very much for inviting me in, and it's been a great evening. Well, here's a very quick one. It's very short. It's only about a couple of verses. It's based on a summer well that was in a field that I used to play in when I was young, near a wood, and it's called a summer well. My 10-year-old self and my friends played there, in the flowered field of berry, bush, and thorn, and in deepening woods that edged around. And when the sun hung high like a yellow blister on the noonday sky, hot and air gasping from our sylvan play, we would go to the hidden well, deep in the heart of the field, and pushing back the fronds and hanging grass and thistle there, we would, with cupped hands, drink long and deep of our sweet water, gurgling up from our underground stream, cold and deep, sweet water, cold and clear and as sharp as a knife to quench the thirst of a summer's day. So that's it. Thank you very much for allowing me to read. Thank you.
Oh, I am so glad I did. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And for those that are not aware, we do have some of our poets today from Ireland, and clearly Tony is one. What part of Ireland are you from?
I'm from the Midwest along the western coast, from a city called Limerick.
Limerick.
And yeah, it's nice and mild and misty here. It's not as warm as it is out there for you, but it's really enjoyable in attending these events. I'm really enjoying the poetry today. It's fantastic to see such great energy, and I've really been enjoying it. Thank you very much, Joy.
Thank you. Okay, let's see. Michael Sindler. Is Michael still with us?
Yeah, sure. I actually want to second Tony's. I just can't say how much I appreciate everybody sharing their great work. This has been wonderful.
Thank you. And Michael, where are you calling? Where are you visiting from?
I'm in Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
So, why am I not seeing my thing? Okay, I'll power through this and get it done in time. It's called Color My World. And first, color my world with the invisible, the essential, the incorruptible. Grab the widest of brushes and dip it deep into compassion, swirling it until every bristle is saturated. Make wild, sure strokes across the background of being. Cover it thickly, a viscous gesso, grounding all that will float and flow upon its surface. Let it dry slowly with a warm breath of love, freeing vapors of longing, rising and disappearing into waning clouds of thought. Sand it gently with empathy until its smooth, soft surface contains no crevasse, crack, or outcropping in which the dusty particles of doubt may find purchase. And then color my world with all shades of human, every hue born from every clime. Color my world with the cross-pollination of lovers who leave convention behind. Color it with the safe and shade of every tribe. Color it with strands and curls and ringlets, with fuzz and stubble and wild cow licks. Color it with humulin and femulin. Color it with freckles and tans and birthmarks, and with rashes and sunspots and scars, with albinism and vitiligo. Color my world chocolate, saffron, annatto, and peach. Color it oat, wheat, cumin, pecan, and chickpea. Color it delicious. Color my world raw umber, burnt sienna, burnished copper, and dimpled bronze. Color it smooth amber and saturated coral. Color it pale chalk, glimmering sand, and fragile rust. Color it hard and strong, soft and malleable, soft, cold and warm, and always beautiful. And then color my world with every chroma, every pigment of plant and plumage. Color it deep forest and shocking chartreuse green. Color it swaying poppy, slithering salamander, and fluttering cardinal red. Color it bold sunflower and tart citrus yellow. Color it ripe cut melon, darting goldfish, and roaring tiger orange. Color it resting robin's egg, scampering scarab, fluttering morpho wing, and clear waving water blue. Color it drooping wisteria, plump grape, and slow sea snail purple. Color it striped and spotted and spiked and rounded. Color it kaleidoscopic. Color it subtle and brilliant, pastel and iridescent. Color it contrasting and complementary. Color it microscopic. Color it vast. Color it a rainbow encircling the horizon. Color it wisdom. Color it passion. Color it intellect. Color it faith. Color it action. Color it thought. Color it everything. Color it now. But most of all, with every stroke, every movement, every touch, color it love.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that perhaps you're not just an extraordinary poet, but you're also an extraordinary visual artist as well.
I'm not sure I will go with the extraordinary, but yes, visual poet, visual artist as well.
Is that your work behind you?
It is, yeah.
Yes, well, we can put the extraordinary right back in there.
Well.
Thank you. Thank you. That was truly an extraordinary poem. Thank you so much. Again, for those listening, that's Michael Sindler. Am I saying that properly? Yes, from Denver, Colorado. And we hope that Michael will stay with the series as we continue throughout the year. That was great. Let's see, how about Lisa Henner? Is Lisa still with us? Lisa Henner. No? Okay, moving on. And let's see, Lynn, did you have another piece, you or Jay, that you would like to share? Unmute yourself so we can hear you.
Is it on me? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually have a poem.
Okay, we'll hear from Jay now.
It's called Always a Price.
Always a
Price.
price, gotcha.
As I continue to grow, things come at a price. The odds are against you when you're rolling the dice. Oftentimes we don't listen or even think twice about what's more important, the wealth of your life. You see, it's kind of like a game. If you get this, that happens. Whether it's right or wrong depends on your actions. These fractions are distractions that deceive with attractions, take your mind and extracts it while your money's subtracting. Remember these tools and don't be a fool, because what you deem as cool may be evil and cruel. Just remember these words as you walk through life, that everything on earth comes at a price. That's it.
Thank you. All right. You learned a lesson early in life. Very good for you. All right. Thank you so much. Let's see. Our next presenter will be, let's see, is Tiara Graves. Is she still with us? Tiara Graves? Okay, then we'll go on to Lady Di. Sylvia Beverly.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm going to read my poem I wrote from KaNikki's prompt.
Okay.
Ode to Mommy and My Long Legs.
Okay.
Smiles when she first sees me, tells me I can be whatever I want to be. Gives me all the confidence in the world. Lets me know my height will come in handy one day. Speaks the truth for today and many days past. My height has brought power. Thank you, Mommy. Here's to my long legs.
All right. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Yes. Lady
Thank
Di.
you. Thank you, Sister Joy, and thank you, KaNikki, too.
Okay. How about Rita Smith? Have we heard from Rita yet? Rita, is Rita still with us? No?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Earlier. I'm going to do an ode to my loud voice. It's very short.
Okay.
Okay. An ode to my loud voice. You might be loud, but you are heard. You are distinct, and you belong to me.
Okay. There you go. Thank you. Let's see. How about I think it's Naya Williams is the last name.
Naya.
Naya, I'm sorry. Naya Williams.
Yes.
Welcome, and let's see what you have to share.
I think I'm going to share my Where I'm From poem.
Okay.
I am from the oven, from rice cooker and microwave. I am from the semi-detached, warm in spirit. I am from the lavender, whose long gone limbs I remember as if they were my own. I'm from cookouts and comedians. From Grandma Lydia and Mama C, I'm from joning and laughing and from stewing quietly. I'm from you're way too sensitive and I know you don't have an attitude and seeing a man about a horsey. I'm from Easter morning worship. I'm from DC and South Carolina and Guyana, baked mac and cheese and sweet potato pie and brown stew chicken. From grandpa falling out the chair, turned over, flipped upside down. Too many community members, long gone, in the moving box in my heart.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Some poems just touch me. That touched me, truly. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. We have Brenda. Where's Brenda? Let's see. Okay, Brenda, welcome. Brenda, what's your last name, please? You're not unmuted yet. Okay. No? Oh, wow. Joshua, is there anything you can do?
Brenda, if you go into your microphone, I think it looks like you're on a phone. Is that correct? Or your computer? Okay, great. There's an arrow pointing upward next to the microphone, and you can go there and go to test speaker and microphone, and that should help you work out the issue there.
Okay, we're going to come back to Brenda after we hear from Kimberly. So you're on deck, Brenda. So Kimberly, if you could come on up.
Hello.
Hi, Kimberly. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. I saw it on Facebook.
Wonderful.
Okay, I'll just do a short one from today, Ode to Brown Skin.
Okay.
Beautiful, silky, and brown, dark chocolate with a touch of cream. Soft like twilight preceding the dawning sun, with a promise of a new day and a brighter tomorrow.
All right. Ode to Brown Skin. Very nice. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. We have Catrice Green.
Hi, everyone. Thank you.
Hi.
I didn't come up with anything that I felt was really strong today, so I think I'm just going to read one of my poems, if that's okay.
That's fine.
All right. And if I learn to love you as if we are one, it is very hard to unlearn. You live still in the marrow of my bones. My soul, she holds you close. Closed is our once love, our once life, astral traveling, jettisoning the axons, dendritic constellations, our dark bodies, shadowed selves, a living galaxy in lost potential, permanently etched, inscribed. In the incubated darkness, you call me by my name. And as always, I follow. We meet in my dreams, night after night, breath by breath, side by side, soul by soul. You lead, I follow. And I love you, boundless, as always, in the place where time, space, regret, shame, and sorrow don't matter. And it is just us. Thank you.
Okay. That was wonderful. That was Catrice. Catrice Green.
Catrice Greer.
Greer. Thank you for letting me know. That would have been a problem if I tried to email you. Okay. And let's see. We now have, well, who is it that has not yet shared, that is still with us? Janique. We haven't heard from Janique, my sister poet. Yes. Janique McIlvain. Welcome.
Hello. Oh, where's Janice?
Okay.
That was Ode to my skinny self. Ode to my skinny self, how you take up little space. Not much fabric to fill in, minimal room to occupy the crowded back seats. Ode to my skinny self. Size 0 to 3 is where you are meant to be, no matter how much you eat, through no fault of your own.
Okay. Very good, very good. I remember that being a concern of mine. It's not anymore. Now I'm on the other side.
Right. I used to be called Maroney.
Yeah, they say live long enough. Okay. Looking at who we have, who I think we've actually heard from everyone who's still with us. No, I haven't heard from Josephine. Josephine, would you care to, number one, enable your camera so that we can meet you and also hear what you would care to share? Josephine? Well, maybe Josephine prefers to simply observe today's session, and that's okay. Hopefully, you'll come back and maybe share something next time. But thank you for being with us, Josephine. Okay, so we do have a little bit more time, even though we we've gone through all the elements of today's workshop. And I know we don't have enough time for everybody to do. Oh, I haven't shared a poem.
And Sister Joy, Brenda might be able to share one now. I'm not sure if her mic is working.
Okay, Brenda.
Can you hear me yet?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. Slightly.
Slightly?
There you go. That's better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Thank you. This has been so.
You're gonna have to speak up. You're gonna have to speak up.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. This is a poem that really.
I'm sorry, you're fading out again.
Oh.
I don't know what's. It's like a wave. It's coming.
I don't know.
Brenda, do you have a headphone with the microphone on it by any chance?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, if it's not a long poem, perhaps you could put it in the chat box. Okay. Well, but we look forward to having you with us perhaps next month, because we would love, yeah. And the thing of it, we hear some words clearly, and then all of a sudden you're gone again.
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Okay, well, next time. Okay, I'm gonna close, present this poem, and then we'll see what we can do time-wise. And if it turns out that Brenda can be heard, we'd love to hear from her. Okay, so this is titled Reflections of a Black Mother. Reflections of a Black Mother. Mirrors aren't designed to reflect what's inside. At best, they display superficial layers, loveliness or ugliness, cropped, propped, and photoshopped images exposed for those we naively believe care or matter. But internalized blemishes fester and reflect beyond what mere silver nitrate can capture. Gnarled and corroded viscera cannot contain the self-hate rising from insidiously implanted projections, where even children's images no longer reflect innocence. So deep and inescapable is the pain that esteem and pride are erased and replaced with rage. This is the abyss, the shadowy abyss in which too often Black children are raised. Although my mirror may not reflect it, this is my reflection. Unless this legacy ends, blemishes will fester in America's soul until the day she implodes. Reflections of a Black Mother. Okay, so let's see, a couple of announcements. I do want to let everyone know, as I've mentioned throughout this series, that we are in a monthly series, and the series is one that will always happen on a Saturday. So our next session will be, let's see, pardon me. The next session will be August the 22nd from 1 to 3 p.m. Our featured poet will be Joy Jones, and our featured visual artist will be Jacqueline Pope. We certainly look forward to having as many of you that are here today with us on that occasion. So please put it in your electronic calendars, or if you're like me and still have appointment books that you write everything in, put it in there. We would love to hear maybe some development of pieces that you started today. We certainly welcome back our featured poet and co-host, KaNikki Jakarta. But we also welcome back each of you. Thank you. Yeah, she was wonderful. Let's give KaNikki a round of applause. I'm hoping she's still with us. I'm hoping. Yeah, let's see. Gallery view. Is KaNikki?
I'm here.
There she is. Yes. We want to make sure that we thank you properly, KaNikki. You did a great job. And I know I had fun with the prompts that you gave us.
Thank you.
KaNikki is just a fun spirit anyway. So poetry just happens to add like the cherry on top. It's her personality that I don't know if it's the thing that she brought with her from Alabama or the thing that poetry deposited into her spirit, but we're blessed by your presence today, and the gift that keeps on giving is your poetry. That's why you're Poet Laureate of Alexandria, Virginia.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So, and as we were saying, the series will continue. We're hoping that we will have some of you follow us throughout the end of the year. We'll see what the new year brings, but I'm just very happy that the poets who are here today, we sprawl from Ireland to Colorado to the Philippines to the DMV. You can't complain about that. So anybody who wants to email me your poetry, please do so. If you've already put it in the chat book, I'm in the chat book. Okay. Am I getting a message? Am I getting a message? Chat book. Okay. That may happen. That may happen. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens. This series is hosted by the Prince George's Arts and Humanities Council. And that may be an idea that they embrace as far as publishing some of the poems that are completed or presented in this series. So I'll certainly let you all know how that idea goes over. I don't believe in mistakes. I thought I meant to say chat room, but when chat book came out, it's one of those things that's, I'm not saying that I'm prophesying, but if it's supposed to happen, then this is where it started. So
you need to copyright that, Joy. You better copyright that fast. That could be a real earner for you.
No, chat book is something that we all have many copies of.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, here in this country, we know about chat books. So yeah, that's something that we love to have the participants in this series. And I see Beverly and Beverly Taylor. I did not see you earlier. Oh my goodness. You're gonna close us out with a poem. Beverly, did you start a poem the last time? Because see, Beverly was with us last month. Did you start a poem and perhaps work on it some since last month?
Sister Joy, hi. I wanted to be here. I'm in between appointments. My insurance guy just left, so I'm not prepared. You know my basement.
Okay. Well, I'm just happy to see
no personal stuff here, but I wanted to join you.
I'm so glad to see you.
Thank you.
Beverly, we call her Sister Beverly. And Beverly and Lady Di are members of the poetry ministry of Ebenezer AME Church, which I head. So I'm very happy to see our ministry members in the house. We take poetry everywhere. We absolutely take poetry everywhere. Lady Di is also a member of Collective Voices, a poetry ensemble that we traveled as far as London to perform our poetry, poetry from the Black arts era. So we're very happy to have a broad range of representation today. And I'm hoping that I hear from you guys, not just by next month, but between now and next month. So that'll help me to build a more meaningful presentation next month. I know that today was great for me. I have an evaluation form that Joshua is going to post electronically. It can be filled out electronically. I would love to hear your feedback on today. I will also be happy to email it to anyone, and it's a fillable form, so you don't need to copy and scan like I initially thought we were going to have to do. So please let us know your response to what happened today. And if there's any area that you feel didn't quite hit the mark, let us know, because we want to improve. If there are areas where you felt strongly worked well, let us know about that too. And if you have questions, there'll be an opportunity for you to ask questions on this evaluation form. And I'm hoping, are there any questions that you'd like to share, or comments that you'd like to share even right now? Oh, we have a shy group.
We have a couple of minutes, and I was asking, can we hear a poem from our guest poet?
Thank you so much. That's a great idea. Let's try to hear a couple of poems, maybe. KaNikki Jakarta. Thank you, Lady Di. Perfect, wonderful suggestion.
Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna read, let's see. How about I read what I wrote during the workshop, where I'm from poem.
Okay.
So that's a short one. I'll read that one. Okay. I am from Antoinette and Sam, green eggs and ham. Be home before the street lights come on. From Mount Olive African Methodist Episcopal Church. From white shell streets in red dirt. From don't use the Lord's name in vain. Don't call your parents by their first name. From you are to be ashamed that you skipped church today, but God will forgive you anyway. From jump rope and hopscotch, sugar babies and pop rocks. From you better have the house clean when I get home from work. Don't try your luck. From street art in God's heart. I'm a lover of all. From we may not have it all together, but together we have it all.
Woo! She's a poet. She's a poet.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be grand. I knew it was going to be grand, whatever it was. That's what I needed to hear. And I had to cry, on every show.
I think I'm crying to that one. I really love that.
I'm crying now, KaNikki. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Green eggs and ham.
Green eggs and ham. You know me well. My dad is named with Sam, and he always quoted green eggs and ham. So I kept that.
Thank you, Sister Joy.
Oh, absolutely. Do you have one more for us, KaNikki?
Let's see. I had a whole book of poems right here, so it's something can happen.
Okay.
Something can happen. Let's see. How about an oldie from the book? An oldie but goodie called Milk Drinking. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
So recently I had an epiphany, a sudden manifestation of the essence of the meaning of being short. So I've decided I will no longer look through the eyes of someone else to see myself. From here on out, I'm drinking milk in the blue milk carton, and written on the outside of it, it says silk. From here on out, I'm a ride and die chick. I'm no longer be depressed, I'll be determined, or better yet, taller, and I'll exist in a new world of order, where the term holding me down will be replaced with holding me up. My cup runneth over, and the chip that you have on your shoulder, I'm knocking it off. And what? You ain't gonna do nothing. Isn't that what you said I would be? Or was it nothing I was supposed to be? You titled me baby mama in the projects, getting food stamps and welfare checks. And now I'm doing things that you wouldn't even believe. Instead of popping my collar, I'm popping my whole sleeve. Honey, please, you wish you could be me when you are a problem starter. Looking at me through your eyes, no wonder I kept getting shorter. But now I can see myself more clearly. Publicly, you mentally abused me, had me thinking on your level, a clever naysayer, dream slayer. Now I am a believer, an overachiever, a sister with skills, and still rocking 3-inch heels. And I would say, I wish you can see me now, but truthfully, I'm not even looking in your direction. I'm looking in the mirror at a beautiful God-made reflection, putting one foot in front of the other. So from now on, call me lover of life, Talia and Selah's mama and Marquis' wife, doing everything through Christ that gives me strength. Philippians 4:13, call me queen, beautiful human being. I'm drinking milk now. I heard it does the body good. I'm doing everything impossible you had me thinking I never could. I've decided to no longer define myself with another person's definition. I said, I've decided to no longer define myself with another person's definition. I had an epiphany, y'all, of my own existence. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, that was KaNikki Jakarta, Alexandria, Virginia Poet Laureate and Poet of the People, because truly she connects. She makes it real. I would like to close out with a poem in honor Congressman John Lewis. It is a poem. It's not a new poem, but it's a poem that I think is a very much a poem that represents his spirit. And it's simply titled, The Messenger. The Messenger. Yours is the voice of a messenger. You carry the spirit in the message in your spirit. It is imprinted on your soul. Lift the message high throughout your journey. Shout it loudly from the plateaus of your high places when your energy is boundless. Whisper it softly from the dungeons of your disappointments as you search to find your way. But carry your message always, for it is your power, and it grants power to those who hear it. The message is truth. The message is knowledge. The message is life. Always remember, yours is the voice. You carry the message. You are the messenger. John Lewis was the messenger, and truly his voice will continue to resonate throughout all time. We were honored by his life and will continue to honor his legacy. Thank you, John Lewis, for all you gave. And thank you to all who embrace his story and his message of leadership and love. So we'll see everybody next month. Thank you for being with us. And you are each now officially a part of the Literacy Through Poetry family. Okay, my sisters and brothers, see you next month.
Thank you very much, everyone. Take care.